Just about every one of us has a favorite sandwich. Some of us love the classics, grilled cheese or sliced roast turkey with lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise. And then some of us like things just a little bit offbeat. This is one of my favorite sandwich recipes. It was really my father's favorite sandwich, and we ate these in the middle of the night when we were in a great big serious Scrabble tournament. I have definitely inherited his taste for this particular sandwich. It's an onion sandwich. Now, Dad would make it on white bread, like Wonder Bread right out of the bag. It had to be really fresh bread. And spread the bread with sweet butter, and then slice a pungent white onion, about 1/4 of an inch thick. But I've definitely changed Dad's recipe and made my own adaptation. First of all, I'm going to use a homemade white Pullman loaf. This is a very delicious bread, and I've sliced it very, very thinly for snack sandwiches and a little bit more thickly for a big full meal sandwich. In the days when Dad made the sandwich, he used that pungent white onion right out of the garden. Well, he didn't have the sweet onions like the Vidalias or the Maui, and I'm slicing the Maui onion right here as thinly as I can. And for the thin little snack sandwich, I'm going to use a sweet red onion that was just picked from my garden. And again, this is going to be sliced as thinly as I can. I have unsalted butter at room temperature so that it'll spread very nicely on this thinly sliced bread. And then just spread as many onions as you like on the bread. That's probably enough. And the red onions, salt and pepper. Onions like this, when they're raw, need a lot of salt and pepper. So have freshly ground pepper and kosher salt. And slice it into halves. Get that Scrabble tournament going. And you know what? You don't need more than one onion sandwich to get a triple word score and use up all 7 letters. My favorite sandwich for late night Scrabble, onion on white bread. Well, Alexander Dumas wrote 3 very famous books among his other works. One's called The Man in the Iron Mask. Another one is The Three Musketeers. And my favorite, well, of course, because it's so romantic, is The Count of Monte Cristo. And today, I thought I would have the Count, who is a great guy, by the way, come here and show us how he makes his wonderful sandwich. Count.
Martha, it is I.
I know I've already
Count
told
of Monte Cristo.
I've told everybody about your book, my favorite book of Alexander Dumas.
An excellent book, a very good friend of mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I've sliced up some bread for you.
And an excellent job you have.
And this is homemade white bread, and your sandwich I am craving. So why don't you show us how you go about doing it?
Okay, this is a very simple sandwich to make.
Sean works here, but he thinks he is the Count of Monte Cristo.
I do not know this is Sean. He must be a very handsome man, but
okay.
To the sandwich.
Okay.
It's a very easy sandwich, much like a grilled cheese.
Well, usually when I'm making sandwiches, I usually sort of put them out evenly so I know top, bottom, that kind of thing. Do you do that?
I do not find it so difficult to figure out the top and the bottom.
Okay.
And in this sandwich, we would have 2 layers of cheese, which will melt around the meat. Keep it all
on
together.
Both sides?
One side.
Okay.
That will give us the savory flavor that we need.
Okay. And what kind of cheese?
Okay, normally the sandwich is made with a Swiss cheese, but you can use any cheese that you like. So here we have some lovely thinly sliced Swiss so that it will melt very nice.
Okay.
I will start putting that on.
What prison were you in?
The name of the prison makes me sick. I chose to forget the name, Martha. Certain things we choose to forget.
Okay, so...
We will put cheese on both sides of the sandwich.
Okay.
Okay, now we are going to go to some thinly sliced turkey.
Oh, good. Now,
exactly. This is a very good sandwich to serve if you have leftover turkeys.
And do you make this for your friends?
I make this for my friends. I make this for myself after holidays when I'm tired of a normal turkey sandwich.
It's great, isn't it?
It's excellent. Now we would put the ham on. You have a very nice ham, Martha.
Excellent.
Okay, now we can close it back up with the cheese on the other side.
Lovely.
Now we need to make a batter, because what we're going to do, this is a lot like a French toast.
Oh, yum.
So what we will do is we will take 2 large eggs.
But those are smaller, so use 3.
We will simply break these into try to keep your lovely abode here very clean.
You're very neat. Is the griddle already hot?
The griddle is heating. We want that on a medium heat so we don't burn the bread while we're waiting for the cheese to melt. Now we will add a 1/4 cup of milk. So up to about the 3/4.
So this is a very good Halloween meal.
And some people prefer it served almost as a breakfast. If you don't put the Dijon mustard on, you can dip this into like a syrup very nicely. It's very nice.
Nutmeg too?
Yes, a little nutmeg.
I'll just put it in a dish.
Excellent.
Great.
And let's give it a little bit of salt and a pepper for
great.
extra flavor.
Okay. I love the smell of nutmeg. Don't you, Count?
I'm already starting to drool.
Counts don't drool.
This
Sorry.
account drools over his Monte Cristo sandwich. We'll dip the sandwich so that it soaks up that egg. Very nice. Now, we will take a little of the clarified butter. This is a warm. Oh, that's a nice. Take of the sandwich. Feel free to use your hands. Yes, keep that at a medium heat. This will take about 4 minutes aside to cook. We want that cheese to melt around the meats and hold it all together.
Okay, so here's another one. Ready?
Very nice.
So your accent sounds a little kind of New Yorky.
What accent are you talking about?
Yours?
I don't believe I have any accent, Martha. I was going to ask about yours. New Jersey or Connecticut?
New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. I can smell that nutmeg. This one's starting to get dark on the one side, but that looks very nice. Notice how it looks like a French toast.
So now why do you think it's called Monte Cristo after you?
I would say people call it that simply because I eat so many of them, although the true meaning is not really known.
Maybe that one's done back there, or it's not melted enough.
Yes, that one's looking very nice. Oh, yes, and you can see how that cheese has melted
Yes.
around that meat. That's very nice. Oh. Yeah, this one is ready to serve. I'll
Here,
put
just
that
put it
on
on the
split.
board. Put it on the board.
Oh, so you can cut it.
Yes.
That's
That's
very nice.
extremely good. And serve this with...
You can serve that. We have a little bit of salad today. If you want to make it a meal.
Now, do you want sugar on yours?
I will put the sugar on mine, certainly,
Okay.
if you'd like to do that for me. Oh, that is a pretty. Oh, yes. I don't want to burn these. Our friends don't want to burn the sandwich. Excellent.
Gorgeous. Well, here's yours.
Well, thank
I
you
will
very
skip the
much.
sugar on mine.
Okay.
I think that this looks great, and I think the Count is actually quite a good cook. I think you made chicken wings with me once.
I do not recall of that instance, but perhaps you're mistaking me for somebody else.
I bet your mother would recall. Oh. What do you think, Mom? Can you make a good Count of Monte Cristo sandwich? I'll let you know. Good. We're having a picnic this afternoon, and my friends have asked me to bring the sandwiches. So I thought I'd surprise them with a variation of the ordinary sub and create this wonderful circular sub, it's called. An unusual combination of vegetables and a few interesting meats. Cut the loaf in half. I'm using a serrated bread knife. This is very, very sharp and very effective for cutting such a big loaf of bread. Start the cut and then go through the bread, trying to keep it as even as possible. And because these fillings are so opulent, take out some of the interior of the bread. Don't throw it away, though. You can use it for stuffings and whatever else you use breadcrumbs for. Do it for the top and the bottom. This way you're left with a real nice crusty bread without too much filling. This is a Sicilian peasant loaf of bread, and brush it with this delicious dressing. It's green, 2 small bunches of fresh oregano, 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 3/4 cup of olive oil, a little touch of garlic for flavor, and salt and pepper to taste. Do both sides, the top and the bottom, using approximately 1/2 cup of the dressing. Now we're ready to layer our fillings. For the bottom layer, a black forest ham, very thinly sliced. But that gives that flavor, that little bit of smoky flavor. Then grilled eggplant slices, half-inch slices of eggplant that are grilled over the fire or on the grill inside your house. These have been marinated in a little bit of olive oil with a tiny bit of salt. Use nice young eggplants. And then we have a very spicy salami. I like this because each one of these things is designed to complement the others. And these are red and yellow peppers that have been roasted over the gas flame and peeled of their blackened skin. This is looking good. And then soppressata, another nice sandwich meat that's Italian. Next to the last layer is fresh buffalo milk mozzarella, sliced about a little less than 1/4 of an inch thick. And then one layer of large basil leaves. This is nice Genovese basil. This is like a medium bunch of basil. Washed well, all the leaves washed, taken off the stems, and spun dry. This adds a fragrance that is unbelievably good. I love wax paper. It's very old-fashioned, but it keeps the food very fresh and looks good on a picnic. Just crisscross the wax paper here. Put this on a breadboard. Put it in the refrigerator with a tray on top, maybe another breadboard, and I wait and let it stay for an hour or two to press together. Using that same great bread knife, that serrated long bread knife, cut the whole sandwich into wedges. I cut it right on top of the wax paper and wish it was wrapped. That way, in case anything falls out, it doesn't dirty up your surface. Now look how delicious this layering looks. See how colorful it is? Green and red and white and pink from that wonderful Black Forest ham. That's a nice looking sandwich. Then cut it in half first, then in quarters. Then cut each quarter into eighths. See the importance of a sharp, good knife like this? Then take each wedge individually like that and wrap it in some more wax paper. Has to be wrapped tightly, otherwise it would slip and slide. This wax paper will hold it nice and firmly. Sandwiches are all pressed, cut into wedges, and pack off to the beach. Chachi Kasha really made the best potato salad. And today I'm really excited to have the recipe that I grew up eating at Chachi Kasha and Wichi Mechu's delicatessen. Wichi Mechu means Uncle Mitchell, and Chachi Kasha means Aunt Catherine. And everyone in the family has his or her own theory as to why it's so good. My cousin Rudy, who sent me the recipe, Chachi Kasha was his mom, thinks it's the creaminess. And I think it's about the amount of vinegar. And once you make it, you can determine for yourself why it's so special. She always cooked, though, in a great big kettle, medium-sized red potatoes, about this size. They're low in starch, they hold together well, and she would boil them for about 30 minutes or so, covered first with cold water, brought to a boil, and then cooked until the potato was easily pierced with the point of a knife. So once the potatoes are cooked, drain them and allow them to cool slightly so that you can peel them. And peel them carefully. Chachi Kasha would not allow any helper to leave any skin whatsoever on the potato. And if there is a dark eye or something, she said, cut it out. It can't be sold like that. So I'm very fussy about the way that I cook and slice potatoes. And don't slice any more than 1/4 of an inch thick. But look how nicely these potatoes slice. They're not crumbly. They are holding their shape nicely. And these are 5 potatoes of the medium red skin potatoes. Those are just the potatoes that are available all year round in the grocery store. So in this bowl, I'm going to mix the dressing. 1 medium white onion that is finely grated. 2/3 of a cup of cold water. and a half a cup of white vinegar. Now we're also going to add a half a teaspoon of salt and about 1 teaspoon of sugar. Sugar, salt, all very important in this recipe. So stir that up. And now while the potatoes are still warm, pour this mixture over your potatoes and just slosh it around. Don't stir with a wooden spoon. If you start to stir, the potatoes break up. You can gently slide the potatoes into another bowl to do a little bit of the mixing. Now it looks like a lot of liquid in the bottom of the bowl, but you'll be surprised. In 10 minutes or so, all the liquid is absorbed back into the potatoes. So while this is happening, it's going to take about 10 minutes. I'll make something else that I would order from Wuchimechu behind the counter. Always a liverwurst sandwich. They had other sandwiches there, but I really loved the Mother Goose liverwurst that they had right there in the deli. I love a lot of mayonnaise with my liverwurst. And liverwurst can be sliced like this. Only in delis can they slice it so well. Or it can be spread on the bread too. But plenty of liverwurst. Very important to the sandwich. And always on really good deli rye bread. And I like mustard, so I would always ask for mustard. And I don't remember what kind of mustard they had. They probably had French's mustard or one of those yellow mustards, but I like Dijon mustard on my liverwurst nowadays, so that's how I'll make it. Now you could add a sliced onion, like sliced white onion, but I like it plain like this. There is my liverwurst sandwich. So that's ready. So now it seems like most of the liquid, oh no, it's still a little bit to be absorbed. But you can just pour this bowl to bowl, and it's smelling very good. And now you add 1 cup of Hellmann's mayonnaise to the potato salad. And Chachikasha always used Hellmann's mayonnaise. And she'd put it in the bowl and stir it so it's nice and smooth. And then start pouring the potatoes back and forth again. And I have to put a little bit more mayonnaise in. This has to be a full cup. I've invited my mother over today to taste the potato salad, so I better make it right. See how creamy it's getting? And so now this has to stay in the refrigerator for 2 hours. My sandwiches, and we have one in the refrigerator already made. And my mom's over here. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Come on in. I have a little treat for you.
What did you make?
Well, Rudy sent me the recipe.
Oh, his mother's potato salad.
Yes, and I wanted to see if you thought it was similar to...
It looks similar.
I think she might have used littler potatoes, but...
I remember the big kettles of potatoes cooking every week. Oh, my.
Well, that's for me. I can eat that much. And here, I'll give you a little bit. But, oh, it's so creamy and delicious. You want a half of liverwurst sandwich, too?
Oh, liverwurst, your favorite.
Oh, yes. Liverwurst.
Mine, too, actually.
And mustard. And here's a fork. So if you're in the mood for a real creamy deli-style potato salad, what do you think?
Very good.
Does it taste like that?
This potato salad was a favorite with all the customers.
Oh, everybody.
And then the coleslaw and the every Friday
The baked beans.
she would make the codfish cakes too, which were a big favorite.
I'm reliving my time in Jersey City.
Your childhood, you were a little girl, maybe 6, 7 years old when we were going over there and partaking of all these little delicious things.
Good. Well, I miss Chachikasha, but now I don't have to miss her potato salad. Thanks a lot, Rudy, for sending us the recipe. It's as good as I remember. Thanks.
Very good.
She was a nice lady, too.